What is up? Natasha Bryant here. I am your host on Speak Like Transformation. And this is part 3 of self love healing 14 ways on how you can practice self love during this love month, which is February. So, this is part 3. So, that means there's 2 other videos prior to this where I went through out of the 14, I hit 1 through 10. So the first 10 are in the other 2 videos, 5 for each video. So make sure you go back, check it out. I was talking about joy, boundaries. I was talking about self-compassion, growth, worthiness. Listen, the list goes on. So make sure you look at those videos, check them out. I'm giving you strategies for each one so you can know how to specifically practice those different topics. And this video is not going to be any different. We're going to round this off. We're going to finish it off with the final 4. So let's go. All right, so we are here. If you're wondering, what do you know about all this? Well, I'm a therapist. I'm a psychotherapist and I'm a confidence mindset coach. And a lot of these tips are and strategies are ones that I've given to clients, and I want to share them with you. So let's just get right into it. We are on the final 4. I'm so excited. These 4 are unique in a sense of I don't think we talk about these 4 a lot when we're talking about self love. Yes, we talk about confidence and boundaries, right? And worthiness and joy. Those are ones that we commonly, when I say we, just as a society, when the topic of self love comes up, those are usual topics that come up when we're talking about self love. But these 4, I think, are going to really change your thinking about self love and really blow your mind on how you can practice self love healing in these unique ways as well. So let's go to number 11, radical self-acceptance. Yes, flaws and all. Flaws and all. Love yourself unconditionally. This is where you're loving yourself without any conditions, right? You there's no longer this requirement that in order for you to be lovable, likable, you need to make sure you're checking off all these boxes. It's like, no, you don't need to meet any requirements in order to be enough. So even when you're not checking off all those boxes, you still recognize I'm lovable, I'm likable, I deserve to be loved, right? You don't have to be perfect in order to receive love. So let's talk about 3 strategies on how to have that radical acceptance. First strategy, stop apologizing for who you are. Own your uniqueness. How many times are you often saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm always making that mistake," or "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm probably talking too much," "Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, I'm so sorry," "Oh, I didn't mean." No more, no more, no more. Oh, I was probably too loud. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. You no longer have to apologize for just who you are. You no longer have to change or fix who you are. Accept all the things about you and not focus on trying to change or fix because you are not a robot. You do not need to be fixed. Now, going back to the previous video we talked about growth, and I gave strategies on how to grow, but we're not here to fix or change who you are. So no more apologizing for the things that just make you you. Number 2, write your younger self a love letter, providing the love and affection and appreciation that your younger self always needed. One reason why you may be finding yourself being really critical or hard on yourself is because your younger self never received that acceptance. Your younger self was often told that she was never enough. Your younger self often was criticized or ignored or didn't feel seen or heard, right? And what she always needed to hear was, "You're enough. It's okay. You're fine. You're doing well. I love you." And so now is the time, this is the opportunity to be able to do that, to be able to give your younger self what she always needed. So write that letter, write it to her. Number 3, this is going back to what I was saying about fixing. Unfollow, block anyone that causes you to feel like you need to fix who you are. If that's blocking them on your phone when it comes to phone calls, or that's unfollowing and blocking them on social media, and that could be somebody directly who is making you feel that way, or indirectly, because it might be somebody that has no idea who you are, but their lifestyle and what they're doing in their life causes you to compare, causes you to feel like you need to be doing something different and better. And it's not no fault on their own. It's just how you end up perceiving yourself as a result of seeing them. Unfollow. So you can start to just really be at a place where you're like, I'm good. I'm good as me. Number 12, peace. Protect your peace like it's your superpower. Yeah. One thing I want you to really take from this, if you didn't take anything out of all the things I've been saying on these 3 videos, is not everyone deserves access to you and or your energy. And so here are 3 ways to make sure you are not spending your time and your energy on people, places, or things that do not deserve access to you in that way. Strategy number 1, remove yourself from conversations that disrupt your peace. That could be actual conversations where you're having a dialogue with someone, or that could be you listening in on conversations. So that's the news, if that's YouTube, if that's on social media. Remove yourself from anything that just starts disrupting your peace. Strategy number 2, breathe. Many times we don't even realize that we are not even breathing. When's the last time you really took in a good deep inhalation and exhalation? So this strategy is for you to take 5 minutes to do a breathing exercise. And that could be where you're just breathing in and out. That could be where you're doing a specific type of breathing exercise, like box breathing, lion's breath, where it's a controlled, pressured breath. But take 5 minutes to really just breathe and allow that to reset and recalibrate yourself. Number 3, practice letting go of something that does not need your energy. This is the thing that doesn't need it, it's not worth your energy. Practice letting it go. Because this is where, going back to first video, we're talking about boundaries, right? You got to start saying no to things. And many times guilt gets in the way, you feel bad, right? You feel like you should, like these rules that you've given yourself that you're not allowed to let it go, right? Practice letting go of things that do not deserve your energy. Again, protect your peace like it's your superpower. Speaking of power, number 13 is power. Self-love healing is all about tapping into your inner power. Own your power and stop playing small. Again, I told you these last 4 are going to be ways it's going to have you thinking about self-love healing in a different way. Because playing small is stopping you from loving yourself. So let's talk about 3 ways that help you start playing big. Strategy number 1, identify one way you've been playing small and step up. Commit to stepping up in a situation where you've been playing small. So for example, let's say you've been playing small at work. You know you have some great ideas. You know you have better input than what your colleagues are given, but in meetings, you don't say anything. Or in meetings, you just say yes. Or when your supervisor is telling you to do something, you just say yes and keep it going. You don't ever share an idea or a thought, even though you know that you know way more and you're more qualified, but you don't say anything. Commit to stepping up. Commit to actually sharing your opinion. Commit to actually speaking up and putting yourself out there in those moments. So that's an example of stepping up. Or maybe it's in your relationship. Maybe you are used to just going with the flow, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships. And you should just like go with the flow, like, all right, whatever you guys want to do, I'm fine with. And you don't share how you truly feel. You don't share what you truly want. And a lot of times you end up doing something you don't really want to do because you played small and didn't share what you truly wanted to do. Step up. Commit to stepping up. Next time they say, what do you want to do? Tell them. Next time they say, well, you mind planning? Do you want to plan or do you want to think of something? Plan it. Think of something. Share your ideas, right? Commit to stepping up. Strategy number 2. Speak your truth without fear. Today. That's today. Start that today. No longer use passive communication. No longer use passive aggressive communication. Use assertive communication where you are clear, you are confident in what you're saying. You're concise in what you're saying. There's no, stuttering. There's no stepping back. You say one thing and immediately you take it back. You stand firm on what you are saying. There's no mumbling. You're saying it loud and proud. Speak up without that fear. Number 3, replace I can't with I can and I will. No longer say I can't do this. No, I will do it and I can do it. Step into that power. And then when you're doing all these things, when you're speaking up in certain situations, when you are committing to stepping up, right? When you are saying I can and I will, make sure your shoulders are back. Stand in a very powerful pose. Stand in a pose that helps you feel confident and powerful. No more shrinking. Stand up, shoulders back, chin up, voice clear. Last but not least, we are on number 14. Drum roll, please. The 14th topic or way to practice self-love healing is radiance. I know you're like, the radiance? Again, I told you, these last 4 are going to be ones that's going to have you thinking differently about self-love healing. Yes, radiance. Glow up from the inside out. Your radiance is unmatched. Radiance is when you're just glowing from the inside out. People can tell there's something different about you. I recently had a conversation with a client and she was like, I just feel like I've had the best week. And I was like, tell me about it. And she was starting engaging in things that just make her happy, that fill her cup. And she's like, I know I don't look different, but I feel different. I look different, but I don't look different. And as she was talking, I could see the radiance coming out of her. And I said, you're right. You physically haven't changed. Your hair is the same. Your skin complexion is the same. Like, you have the same outfits, right? Like nothing physically has changed about you. But what has changed is internally. How you feel about life, the confidence you feel about yourself is what has changed. And that is causing you to just to glow. She said, people are giving me more compliments now. Yeah, girl, because you're glowing. Because you're finally doing things that make you happy. You're finally focusing on what I need to do for me and not worried about how other people are thinking of me, right? That's what radiance is all about. So let's talk about 3 ways that you can do this too. Strategy number 1, smile at yourself in the mirror for at least 30 seconds. I can't tell you how many people do not look at themselves in the mirror. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. Like, you brush your teeth, there's a mirror. I can see you getting dressed not in the mirror. But in the bathroom, when you brush your teeth, but people literally, there's a lot of women that will avoid the mirror. If they are looking at the mirror, they're not really looking at the mirror. They're not really looking at themselves in the mirror, right? And those are all that indirect type of action is telling yourself you're ugly. Ooh, I don't want to see her. Ooh, she's not worthy. But when you stop and stare at the person you see in that mirror and you actually smile back at her, you actually say some kind words to her, something different happens just in those 30 seconds. So do that. Challenge yourself to look in the mirror, through the mirror, like you are literally looking at yourself, and smile at her. And say some kind words on top of that. Number 3, take extra care of yourself today. Whether it's hydration, you're drinking more water, whether it's skincare, you do an extra special type of skincare routine, whether it's something within your mood or your body, Do something extra for you that helps you feel good from the inside out. Strategy number 3, share your light with someone else. Compliment another woman. That light that you feel inside of yourself, that goodness that you feel, share that with somebody else. Give a compliment to another woman. Give a compliment to somebody else. Help them to feel good about themselves too. Helping them to feel that shine, that light that you have. They can feel it through you by you just speaking life into them. So that's it for this one. We talked about radiance. We talked about radical self acceptance. We talked about power. And we talked about, what was the last one? We talked about peace. As always, comment below. Out of those 4, which one stood out to you? Which strategy are you going to try? And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, Speak Like Transformation TV, so you can be able to continue to know when I drop videos, get notifications, and make sure you watch the previous videos. If you did not see 1 through 10, check out those 2 videos so you can see all 14 ways that you can practice self-love healing along your self-love journey. I hope this helped you. I hope this helped bring life into you. I hope this gave you some practical strategies that can really help you start really genuinely and authentically and intentionally practice some self-love healing. Make sure you share this video with others that you know that could use this level of support and advice and tips and strategies. Make sure you try them out. Follow me on Instagram at Speak Like Transformation, TikTok Speak Like Transformation, and Facebook Speak Like Transformation SLT. You can go to our website, natashabspeaks.com/all-things to learn more about my services, learn more about my products, and all other things I'm doing. You can check that in the description. I have the link to that. And also, there is a free self-care guide that will have all types of self-care strategies that can help boost your mood, keep it going throughout the day. So click the link in the description box to be able to access that free guide as well. And until I see you again, make sure you be bold, be safe, and speak life.